Hey guys, this is the second set of notes for our biology unit. Today we're going to be looking at the cell cycle. So the last set of notes we looked at the different types of asexual reproduction, but now we're going to look at actually how the cells live their life and how they divide. So the cell cycle is actually two main parts. And the two main parts are interphase and cell division. Interphase actually makes up for 90% of the cell's life. This is where it does everything from grow, develop, duplicates the DNA, it duplicates the organelles, it does everything it needs to be able to divide. Then cell division is actually two parts. Part one is called mitosis. And mitosis is where the DNA is separated. You might also hear this called the nuclear material is separated or split. The other part is called cytokinesis. And this is when the actual cell divides. This is when the cytoplasm split in two. This is also where the organelles are split between the two cells. Not the actual organelles, but the number of organelles. So, cell cycle is two different things, interphase and cell division. Cell division itself is split into mitosis and cytokinesis. But mitosis is actually split into 4 different stages. Because as you could probably guess, it's kind of complicated to split up all the DNA. So the first one's called prophase. And this is where the sister chromatids, which is the duplicated copies of the DNA, shorten and thicken and start to look like X's. This is also when the nuclear membrane breaks down. And the chromosomes spread throughout the throughout the cytoplasm. And then last but not least, the centrioles, which you've probably never heard before. And centrioles are these tiny little, they're almost like barrel-shaped organelles. They're usually only found in animal cells, and these guys move to the opposite poles of the cell. And what they're going to do is they're actually going to form a spindle, which is a whole bunch of thin little microtubules, thin little strings that are going to attach themselves to the chromosomes. And these will have the ability to actually move the chromosomes later on. Okay, our next one is metaphase. This one's actually my favorite. So metaphase, the chromatids attach to the spindle fibers. And the sister chromatids line up in the middle of the cell. Next, we have anaphase. And this is when the sister chromatids are pulled apart. And they move to where the centrioles are, so to the opposite poles of the cell. And now, instead of calling them sister chromatids, we actually call them chromosomes again. And that leaves us with just one last stage of mitosis. And the last one is called telophase. And you'll see this spelled a couple different ways. Sometimes it's telophase, sometimes it's telophase. And this is when two nuclear membranes form, one around each set of the DNA. The spindle disappears. The chromosomes lengthen and get thinner. And then inside the nucleus that's being reformed, the nucleoli, reappear. Okay, so I am going to post a couple videos underneath, links to videos for you guys to watch. This is really cool to watch in actual cells. There are a ton of different videos of people acting it out as well. And then I have a video for the cell cycle, which is also really good, which I would definitely be showing you in class. So there should be 2 or 3 links down below for you guys to watch. But I just wanted to show you, I'm not good at drawing, but let's walk through this again. So first stage, we have interphase. What's happening in interphase? Well, it's growing, duplicating DNA, and organelles. And it's just living its life. It's 90% of the time. After that, we have prophase, which you start to see the nuclear membrane breaking down, and you start to see the chromosomes thickening into sister chromatids. Oh, and can't forget those centrioles. They're going to be moving to the poles. After that, we have metaphase. Like I said, this one's my favorite because they're actually going to meet in the middle. We're going to have our centrioles on either end. And they are going to have the spindle formed, and it's going to attach to each of these sister chromatids. Okay, well, what's the next phase? Once they've met in the middle, what did they have to do next? They need to pull apart. And that's going to be our anaphase. Grab my centrioles first. They're always my weak spot. And these end up looking kind of like, I kind of think of them as birds. Really kid drawings of birds. Because they're being yanked really hard from the middle to the ends. Remember, this is when we can refer to them as chromosomes again. And then after that, we have our last stage of mitosis, which is our telekinesis. Sorry, not telekinesis, telophase. So after that, we have our last phase, which is telophase. Telophase is when we have the reforming of the nuclear membranes, and our DNA is starting to lengthen, and our nucleoli are starting to reform. If you notice, I also put that cytokinesis is starting. This looks like a really cut and dry process, but when you watch the video, it shows that this is actually pretty seamless and it happens really quickly. And the last part of the cell cycle, remember, was our cytokinesis. So once cytokinesis occurs, we end up just with two identical cells. Okay, so your assignment for this is the mitosis assignment, which I've already put on Google Drive. It involves you drawing out this process and answering some questions, doing some descriptions, and if possible, coloring these pictures. I hope you guys have some sort of colors at home. I'm going to give you a little bit to do this. I'm probably not going to be posting another video until next Wednesday, where I'll go over meiosis, which is one of the processes needed, or the main process needed for sexual reproduction. So I hope you guys had a great week, and I'll talk to you later. If you have any questions on this or the assignment, please send me a message on Remind or send me an email. Thanks.